much does a superintendent's resignation cost? For Richland County School District 2, the answer is $615,000. The district has finally released its settlement agreement with Dr. Baron Davis, who resigned in January. That's after WIS submitted a Freedom of Information request. The entire board signed that agreement. Our Chris Joseph took a closer look, digging in for more details. So, Chris, the question is, how did they reach that more than $600,000 figure?
Well, Judy, the board's chair really won't give that much detail. The agreement gives a vague breakdown of how that number is reached, but it really soars past the buyout that's laid out in Davis's contract.
Is there any discussion?
On January 17th, there was no public board discussion on Richland Two Superintendent Dr. Baron Davis's resignation. Board Chair Lindsay Agostini was empowered to execute an agreement with Davis. On January 19th, every board member signed that settlement agreement, and there was no public vote on it in the meeting that night.
Do I have a motion for adjournment?
District taxpayers now shoulder an agreement costing $615,000. Here's the breakdown. In exchange for his resignation, Davis received a lump sum of $415,000. For his unused days off, he received $124,000. And finally, to settle any disputed claims, he received $75,000. That adds up to the $615,000. Davis was being paid $254,000 a year, and his contract created an 18-month buyout, which comes out to $382,000, well short of the agreement. Today, Agostini declined to explain how that settlement agreement was larger by more than $200,000. Is that a wise stewardship of taxpayer money?
Again, I will not go further than stating that it was talked about and discussed in executive session.
Richland Two's pay scale shows first-year teachers make $52,000 at most.
This is a good example of the fact that we need to have hard conversations in our states and in our districts about where education funding is going so that we can ensure the maximum return on educational investment for our students.
Patrick Kelly is a Richland Two teacher, but spoke in his capacity as the Director of Governmental Affairs at the Palmetto State Teachers Association. He says he doesn't begrudge Davis for the size of the payout, but is concerned about superintendent turnover in the area. Now, Davis's attorney called me late this afternoon. He says Davis is satisfied with this agreement and is ready to move on. The agreement also required Davis and the board to not disparage each other.